Okay, just because it started. And again, when we talked about before, I think in my bootcamp episode, we didn't expect anything. No. We were literally like, no one's going to watch this, right? Yeah. And then boom, there it goes, and that kind of springboard. And you were just telling me when we were coming over here, how many people were like, yo, that was really cool. We really like what you're doing. And how it's kind of really brought together, I'd say more the Kubi community.
You got the director of Dodea to come on.
Very excited for this. Welcome, Mr. Brady, to the show today.
Well, thank you, Shanon.
Welcome back, everyone. Another episode of the Shanon Show. It's a very special one.
Yeah.
Was it a beautiful day for swimming too? Was it just like?
It was an indoor pool, you know. So
indoor.
It was just splashing around with your boys, you know. So.
I'm in an alleyway. I see a 3-year-old flat.
Blaze, bro.
Shut up. That's what I'm saying. That's how I started with. I'm not trying to seem like, cowabunga.
Think about it though. When you shower, you're staring at your naked butt.
Hey, I look pretty good. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind.
They love missionaries in Utah, right? So basically, I
love missionaries.
I'll get fed. Like the first one in the door, I'm all wet.
It's gonna die out. Me and Andrew were like talking. We're like, oh, dude, nothing's gonna happen. Like, we're just gonna like talk big game and leave, right? No. Shannon's like, boom, and throws this kid into a bush, and we're all just like, cool, let's go.
There is no footage. There is no footage.
Shannon, play the footage right now.
The footage is playing for everyone watching.
There's no footage. This is such
Shanon Show. Very, very important episode in Shanon Show history because we have our first ever in-person guest, Maxwell.
Yeah, this is not we're physically here. I can touch him. He can touch me.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Then they had a janitorial crisis in the Tampa Bay Art Museum.
Shannon's mad.
Hi, I am the host of the Shanon Show podcast, and today we have a very exciting special podcast episode for everyone. It's essentially Dodea's 75th birthday party. We have a man who has been seen washing his hands in the most disgusting of places and is also built differently. Kenny G, welcome back to the show.
Because today, the man who has made this all possible, giving us endless hours of entertainment over the past year or so, he is in the hot seat. That's right, the long-awaited trial to figure out if Shannon is a dog or a gent. It's finally here. Gotta do what you gotta do. Let's get it. All right. There we go. All right.
But most importantly, some things are going to be said today that are simply not true. I just know that's going to happen.
round up your total cost to help some kids out. And I can remember Shannon one day deciding not to round up
I would argue that he was the founder of the Gents.
Shannon puts a piece of cheese on Kai's window. It's not stuck there. It rolled down the window, then just smeared all over it.
Of 12 to 11. Shannon M. Hyde, you, sir, are a dog.
3, 2, 1, and welcome back, everyone. Another episode of the Shanon Show, the best military kids podcast series where we answer life's biggest questions. And today, we have Camden Anderson joining the podcast. Camden, how are you?
Can I show you my socks?
Are they wet? Filling ice bins all over the place.
There's 2 ways to get rid of your poop: in the shower.
This one has unicorns on it.
I can believe it.
Fill all the ice.
We've been wanting to do an in-person podcast together for quite some time.
I can't believe I'm not the first one. Like that's kind of crazy. Like,
I should show you this out.
You want to see that?
I said nice things about him earlier, so it's okay.
This is the Shammy Awards.
What is good, guys?
Feel that moment, clicking that button and becoming. There can only be one 200 subscriber, and that was you.
I mean, for me, it was just like an adrenaline rush.
Are we balls in the front guy or balls in the back guy? And I was like, I don't know.
What do I win? Where's my chamois?
It's. I'll send you a picture of the award.
I want a real one. You said a real one.
Relax. Another episode of the Shanon Show, the first episode actually of 2022.
Because we have 2 returning guests. Her 2 favorite bloomers are back.
This is 4th time on the podcast. It is Mr. Andrew Chowder Barnes.
But you have the anecdotal stuff that you're blended with the stats, and that's really what brings it together for a lot of people.
Today we have someone who is also a former Kubisaki student, back from the 90s.
Bloom has made like my relationship with Matthew like incredible. Like I love Matthew so much.
Every trial is conducted with the utmost respect.
Say thank you for your service.
There's no sketchy people that ever come on here.
But thank me for my cervix.
I walked.
Blundered, dude. Sammy blundered. He fumbled the bag.
So I got stuffed in a trunk.
Not only are you on the Shanon Show finally, but you're here in person. Is that a big deal to you?
It is a big deal.
That's a good answer. All things that have to do with the wonderful community we live in. Gracie, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's awful. I'm saying in some rural parts of the world, privacy's not an issue,
Shannon
and they just
hates
walk everywhere.
guys.
Shannon hates Tyler. Okay, yeah.
Why would I be a tree? Like Groot.
New Zealand doesn't exist. Also, I have to put that out there once again. If we're gonna get into some country
Right.
here.
I thought I went there, but it was all simulation.
Another episode of the Shanon Show, best military kids podcast on the internet. Someone who is never afraid to get that bag from an Instagram sugar daddy, Gracie D'Amigo, is joining the podcast once again. Gracie, you've never had issues with MPs? No, of course not. No.
No.
Who gives their dogs chips?
I just.
You give your dog chips?
I mean, knowing Mr. West, I wouldn't be surprised by either of the two.
Neither. I don't know which one's worse.
Like Temple Run or something on like the iPad. We were using to play like the walk-up songs, and all you'd hear is like the gorilla noises you make
In the cold.
Our plan for pirates coming on was to shoot them with a spear gun.
With a spear gun?
I still remember your proposal for a medieval times prom.
Oh my
with
goodness!
The draw board on the.
It would have been amazing. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that coverage.